everyone, and welcome. My name is Marissa, and I'm the Crafty Heifer. That's what I am. So, hello, Deborah. Hello, Robert. Hello, Odd. Thank you. I saw that on, I do all my cover art with Canva, and I was like, that's it. That's the one I need. So I purchased that. Hello, Diamond Queen. Welcome. Hey, Charlavain. Hey, Nikki. There's Deanne and Odd But Nice and Rebecca and Gail. Hey, Shawana and Marie. Hello, everyone, and welcome. So first tonight, I've got a couple of, you guys are going to get a sneak peek of my next cross stitch project because, you know, I need to start another one because I don't already have 40 that I haven't finished, but that's fine. It's fine. I'm going to show you the one that I've been working on that I started again just before Christmas. And then I started a new puzzle this week, so I'm going to show you that. And then we're going to start working on our temperature sal because I have not touched it since Rebecca and I did our live on, what was it, the 2nd? So I've got several days to catch up with on that. So that's what we're going to be doing for most of the chat is crochet. So I got my hook ready. Who did I miss? Hello, Dawn and Samantha and Robin. There's Danielle. Hey, hon. And Rob. Hello, Rob. Yeah, so that's what we're going to kind of be doing today. See if that helps. Turn my light back up. See if that makes it a little bit brighter. Okay. So, sneak peek. So this is my planner, obviously. I have gone through and on my daily, I've just started writing down the daily high. I have been looking it up so you can see. I've just added that on there. No big deal. So it's a really nice way to just come in, see what I need to do. So that's what we're going to be using that. I've got to get some stickers for at home, and I'm debating whether to buy a sticker book because I really like the Happy Planner sticker books. Or if I want to go to Etsy and buy ones that have been made by people because you can get so many cute ones. Like I've been looking today and they're stupid cute ones. So I'm still trying to decide. Hey, Manda and Deborah, welcome. Okay. So cross stitching. I have been working on the Stitchonomy Winter Sal. I am several days behind, but this is how far I've gotten, and I'm just kind of winging it on the colors as I go. You can't see that. Let's see. Hold on. Let's try this. There we go. So I'm just winging it on the colors. As I go along, all my trees are going to be that really pretty emerald green color. And then there's reindeer below those. And then some of the Quaker stars, and then some of the like toboggan type caps. So this is the Stitchonomy Winter Sal. You can still sign up for this one. I signed up when it was free, but you can still sign up for this one. You just have to pay for it now. So I've been doing that. And then I got 2 purchases this week. I kind of spoiled myself a little bit. So Linens and Threads is a cross stitch company, and they do a free year-long sal every year. And I started theirs last year, and I fully intend to go back and finish it. But their new one this year is based on the Spanish and Mexican Talavera pottery, which is the very colorful pottery with the different designs on it. If you just search it, Talavera, you'll be able to see how pretty it is and how different that it is. And so I was looking at that, and I found this on Amazon, and it is a set of sulky threads. They're the cotton ones, and these colors are perfect for what I'm wanting. So I just went ahead and got this set. It came off of Amazon. I think it was like $11, something along those lines for this set. It's called the Broadway Collection. And the colors are just so stinking pretty. I'm super excited. The Sulky is supposed to have really good coverage. And the best part is each of these spools is 50 yards of thread. So this is actually a better deal to do it this way than buying DMC for it. So yeah, totally bought that for myself. And let's see, I missed a couple people coming in. Hey, Mayhem. Hey, Billy, how are you doing? Yeah, Tia knows what I'm talking about. It's a very southwestern. You see it a lot in the southern states, in New Mexico, in Texas, California, Arizona, those kinds of places. Yeah, so you can just go to linenandthreads.com, and their sales are on there. Their sales are free. And they will give you a pattern on the 1st of every month. They release the next part of the pattern. So the only part that's out right now is the framework for the whole thing. And because they are actually in the UK, they're either in the UK or in Australia. So it comes out, we actually get it at like 10 o'clock my time, which is Central Time, the night before the 1st. So however that falls in that month, we actually get it just before. So just so you know, it's pretty awesome. Hi, Cynthia. Welcome. Hey, Fee. How you doing, hon? Tons here and in Mexico. Love it. Yeah, it's so pretty. And there's so many different patterns and designs and colors and all of that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So, Crafting Journey says she ran out of steam a seam. So, she's done ironing for now. Fair enough. So, to go along with my new thread, I went ahead and got 2 more pieces of Lugana. So, for the Sal, I'm going to be using this, which is where's my little note? 25 count antique white Lugana from Yarn Tree. I got this off of firepoppies.com. They're one of my favorite places to buy from because you get your stuff in 3 days. It comes from somewhere in Carolina, one of the Carolinas. South Carolina. It comes from South Carolina. And so this is just a big piece of antique white Lugana. I love that they already have, all of theirs comes with the edges already serged. So yeah, I got that. And this is what they consider a quarter of a yard. And then I got a piece of mushroom as well because I have all of those Christmas ones. A lot of you will remember I showed you all those Christmas ones that I had. And I had purchased that and tea-dyed some linen. And then I figured out I don't really work very well on linen. So I went ahead and got this mushroom Lugana. It's also 25 count from Yarn Tree to do those on. So this one will be pretty much cut up almost along the lines where it's folded, because those are all just very small projects. So I got this really nice piece. Figured I'd go ahead and let them do the dyeing for me. I'm just catching up on chat. Everybody's just saying hi to each other. So yeah, so those are the 2 things that I have purchased this week. I won't do a whole lot of purchasing just because I already have so much. This year, my goal for cross stitch is it's really going to be a year of whips. I let myself start these, couple new projects. I let myself start the Stitchonomy one because I'm stitching from stash. All of that was stuff that I already had. It's all thread that I already had. I had that black fabric. So I'm stitching from stash. That one didn't cost me anything. And then this one, I could have stitched it from stash, but I just chose to go ahead and treat myself. It was kind of a little bit of a late birthday present to myself. So I went ahead and let myself buy a couple of things for it. And honestly, I've spent about $15. So I don't feel too bad about that. And then I also started, some of you saw this if you come to my Saturday morning chats. I was working on this on Saturday morning, and it's a puzzle, and it's of Hogwarts Castle. And it's very purple, so it'll go great in my bedroom, which is purple and gray. And so I started working on that and didn't get very far. but I'm not in any rush on it either. So that is the crafty stuff that I have been doing this week. So I've been stitching on this. I was stitching on this earlier. I'm trying to work on it for about an hour a day to get caught back up because they release patterns every 3 days on the Stitchonomy sale. So I'm quite a bit behind. And I'm trying to do better. So, hey, Crystal Hun, I'm sorry if you're not feeling well. I completely understand if you need to pop out. I hope you get to feeling better. Billy's 4 drinks in. Oh, my. He's 4 drinks in, you guys. Okay, so what you came here for is crochet. So as most of you know, if you don't know, Rebecca Crafting Journey and I are doing a year-long temperature blanket called the Temple Long 2021. And we are doing 2 different patterns. She's doing 2 different blankets even. So she's doing one in rows across, and then she's doing one on her loom, and that she's using 2 different color palettes for it. I'm only doing 1 blanket, and I am doing it in corner to corner stitch. I'm going to be doing my squares 1 a month. So each square will represent a month, and then each row represents a day in that month. And I'm doing mine based on high temperatures for the year. So these that are represented here, this is the first day of the year, which was 45 degrees. And in my color palette, that means it was the charcoal. And then the next day was 55, which puts it into the black. And then we're going to just start adding on the days from the 3rd forward until we get to however long I can crochet for while we chit chat. So I'm going to actually go ahead and cut this because the next day we're going to purple. And I'm using a purple, black, and gray color palette. So let me find my purple. Is this it? Yeah, that's purple. So, and I'm using Big Twist yarns from Joann's. I love these yarns. They're super soft. They're still value yarns, but they are very soft. They're acrylic. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3 rows of purple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase my rows until the 15th of the month, and then I will decrease from the 16th onward. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so how have you guys been this week? Uh-oh. Mayhem's getting a little stir crazy. We actually got snow on Sunday, y'all. It snowed here in Texas, in North Texas, for a solid 3 hours. Nothing stuck, of course, but it did snow. I was very excited to see it. I actually had to go get my groceries right in the middle of it, which was not bad because, like I said, it wasn't sticking, so the roads weren't slick or anything like that. But yeah, it was awesome just to see it snow because we haven't had that in quite a while. And they were big O flakes. So I know a lot of people were posting. I saw that a lot of people did get snow this past weekend. So yeah, I was very excited. I know most of you are like, why are you excited about snow? And it's because we don't get it. So it's like a special thing for us now. If I missed you coming in, I apologize. I see Mindy. Hello, Mindy. Hello, Sue. So, yeah, so I did that. And then trying to think, if you do Rebecca's Book Club, which is we meet on Sundays at 2 p.m. Central Time on a Zoom meeting, and that's Crafting Journey, Rebecca. Our new book coming up will be Where the Crawdad Sings, or Where the Crawdads Sing. And we chose that book this last Sunday. we're going to skip this coming Sunday and meet again on the, so we're going to miss the, what day is it? It's the 13th. We're going to miss the 17th. So we'll meet on the 24th to cover the book. So we're going to read the whole book in those 2 weeks. I went ahead and got it on Audible just so that I can listen to it at work, because I haven't had a lot of time to actually sit down and read lately. 5 and 6. So I went ahead and got it on Audible so I can listen to it while I'm at work. And today I got, so I talked last week about watching the Netflix show Bridgerton. If you haven't watched it and you like period dramas, it is right up your alley. It is pretty awesome. It is based on a series of books. They're basically romance novels, so just be prepared for that. The show does really good about not making it too romance novel-y, but I went ahead and downloaded the second book, which is called The Viscount Who Loves Me, in the series. And so I have been listening to that today, and I'm about halfway through the book. And I'm enjoying it. I mean, he's kind of a dick, but I can't tell him not to be a Richard. So, you know, he's a Richard with a good heart because it's a romance novel. Okay, I'm totally missing chat. Hey, Pippa. 6 colors left on the Lakeside Diamond painting. Nice, Roberts. Billy misses the snow. Yeah. We used to get it. You know, you could count on a good one every couple of years, a good snowstorm. And they did get hit pretty hard. They got it twice back where I grew up this year. I talked to Grandma on my birthday, day after my birthday. And it had snowed the weekend before, and she still had snow on the ground in the backyard where it was shady. I think she said on her deck she measured 11 inches, which for Texas is a lot of snow. So yeah, Pippa loves Bridgerton. She knows. I know Rebecca watched Bridgerton. I'm sure several of the rest of you have as well. So yeah, I went ahead and decided I'm going to read the books because I haven't read them yet. And so I am listening to the second book in the series. And then everybody is saying hi. Hey, Mick. Yeah, no, I said hi to Mickey. And Fee. Did I get Fee? Hey, Fee. If I miss you guys, I'm sorry. Bring a cooler and come get your snow. I got plenty. I'm just saying. It's not the same. Like, I don't want snow, like, I need to see it falling. That's the best part. So, yeah. So that's what I've been doing this week. I am slowly Marie Kondoing the house. And I've got the wreath closet cleaned out and reorganized. I got the hallway closet cleaned out and reorganized, which I basically put craft stuff and like Christmas ornaments, ribbon, those kinds of things go in there. I'm slowly emptying out the living room. I did get rid of all of the boxes from Christmas. So I got the Instapot, which we're going to come back to because, oh my God, it's like my new favorite thing. But all of the boxes that the Christmas stuff came in, the ring light, all of that stuff, those all went out to the trash this week and last week. So yeah, I'm slowly getting it back. I want to get my house back to like what it was when I first moved in after I had done a big purge before I moved, to where I can get up on Saturday morning and it takes me 30 minutes to clean the house, including vacuuming. That's my goal for this year. So you guys are going to have to help keep me accountable on that. And back to where everything has a home so that it's easy to clean up, because when everything has a home, you can just put it back where it belongs. Right? So Robert's going to be working on a 50 by 50 colorful tiger of 17 colors. Mindy's been working on the diamond painting room. And yeah, Rebecca has issued a challenge about cleaning your craft space. My craft space is actually the cleanest part of the house because I reorganized it just before Christmas. So it's actually doing pretty good. I've been putting things away. I haven't been working on random things. I pretty much keep the stuff out that I'm working on. So like the Stitchonomy Sal lives on the couch in its bag. And then I've got a crochet project over there as well. And then this temperature blanket lives in a bag under my craft table. So I can just pull it out as I need it. And then Creative Mayhem says, don't hate me, my tree is still up. My tree's still up as well. That's probably going to be this weekend's project. So, you know, it's okay. You do what you can do when you can do it. Showing us up on cleaning and organizing. Listen, I'm just saying, if I hadn't done it right before Christmas and then I wasn't really home, it would probably be in much worse shape. But I knew it had to be done. And so when we were filming the videos for Pippa's premieres, I went ahead and cleaned everything off the table and organized it so I could sit down and film that premiere and actually be able to see what I was doing. Okay, let's see. That's 3 days. 62. We're going to go back to black. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I'm just trying to do it, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there. Try to do, you know, one little thing. Every time I get up, I'm taking something and putting it away where it goes. Things like that, so that it's not that big of a deal. Oh, Mayhem still turns her tree on. Okay, well, whatever makes you happy, I guess. So that gives me permission, everything has a home, to throw away all the annoying toys, right? I mean, if you can pry them out of your children's cold hands, yes. When I moved into this apartment, I had stuff in a storage building for like 4 or 5 years already. And we went through, we got rid of that storage building. Most of it got donated. All of my classroom stuff got donated because it was right after Harvey happened here in Texas. And so most of my school stuff went to schools down in the Houston area that needed stuff where they had lost, you know, entire school buildings basically had been damaged and had to be replaced. And then I went through the stuff that I had forgotten that I had some of this stuff, you guys. That's how long it was in storage. Is I was opening boxes. I didn't even remember having this kind of stuff. And so I was like, if you haven't missed it, you don't need it. And so I think I made about 10 or 12 trips to Goodwill that year to get stuff out of the house. I ended up throwing a whole bunch of stuff, just throwing it away. Yeah, it was a much needed purge, and I'm almost back to that point. And then I also need to be smarter about using the space that I do have. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like I said, when I moved in, I could literally clean in 30 minutes on a Saturday morning, and my house was always clean. And it's much better for my mental health for my house to be clean and organized. And it's, of course, you know, when I have company over, I'm not embarrassed. Things like that. So yeah, I'm going to try to get back to that, because I don't know about everybody else, but when I get depressed, those are the kinds of things that fall by the wayside, is the cleaning and the organizing and all of that stuff. And so you can usually tell my mental state by the state of my house. And I hate that. So my personal challenge last year was being more positive and being, you know, more open, not throwing my walls up. And this year's challenge is to stay on top of things a little bit better, to be more consistent, to get organized, and to maintain the house better. So yeah, those are my goals for the year. We're going to work on it. Crafting Journey says, I suggest we have a snuggly blanket night at the retreat. I bet we can manage that. So yeah, they were joking in Rebecca's live because I got this thing called a blanket hoodie for Christmas, and I got it mostly for camping, but also because my apartment faces north, due north. So all of my windows, my sliding glass door, all of that stuff faces due north. And in the wintertime, I love nothing more than to be under a warm blanket. I love my hoodies. I love my pajama pants. I love house shoes. I love to be cuddly and snuggly. And so I, got this thing. And then this last weekend, it was pretty cold. I mean, you can see like it was 41, 49 Monday. It was chilly this last weekend. Obviously it snowed. So, I was wearing that hoodie, and then I'm sitting here, and I think it was literally just, I was sitting too long, and I got freezing cold on Saturday while we were doing our group chat on Saturday morning, and then for our retreat roundup, and I was like, I gotta go, guys. I'm so cold. I gotta go get in bed. So yeah, I just got really cold. See, there's 45, 55. 1, 2, 3. That would be my row of black. All right, so I'm just checking these off as I go so I know where I stop. So we're going to go to 49, which is the charcoal. So switch colors again. I'm going to be sewing in ends for a month next year. So January, we're just going to sew ends in. I mean, I could do it as I go, but that makes too much sense. Okay. Storage is key. Pretty storage is expensive, though. Yeah. So my favorite storage is actually what I found at IKEA last year. And they're just the clear Samla buckets. I showed you guys last week. And I just really like them. They stack really well, and you can see what's in them. And so, and they're actually fairly cheap. So I'll be getting some of that stuff as we go along. I did buy a big, in fact, I think it's right behind me. Hold on. So I have DVDs under the under the TV table. I have 3 buckets of DVDs, those pop-up tubs. And so I went ahead and bought a big, one of these big, you guys remember these. Some of you guys will remember these. This one holds, I think, 125, I think, DVDs. So I'm going to literally take my DVDs out of their plastic covers. None of them are collectibles. They're all just for ones that I wanted. And so I'm going to put them in here. And all my DVDs will be in here. And that'll free up quite a bit of space under the TV thing. It's technically a coffee table that I have my TV on. But, that's what we're going to do with it. Am I anemic? No, I think I just got... So I'm one of those people that my feet get cold and I get cold, and my feet were cold. So, and I just sit too long sometimes. 3, 4, 5, 6. So, you got to get up and get moving, get that circulation moving again. So once I got up and got moving, I was warm again. But yeah. So Rebecca saw me in that blanket hoodie. That's where all this was going. Excuse me. Rebecca saw me in my blanket hoodie and she asked what it was. And I told her to search this on Amazon, search blanket hoodie on Amazon, and she bought herself one. So those of you in the North, if you haven't discovered the wonderfulness of a blanket hoodie, go ahead and search on Amazon, search blanket hoodie on Amazon and get you one. And they come in different weights and all that kind of stuff, but they're pretty awesome. Because they are like a Snuggie, but it's not like a hospital gown Snuggie where your butt's open. You know what I mean? So yeah. Okay, let's see here. Creative says her mental state must be a hot mess at the moment. Not necessarily. Problem is when a Christmas tree is taken down, there's a big boring space where something nice used to be. Okay, I think I talked about this last week. Does anybody else get like the post holidays letdown? Like where January is the longest month ever because there's nothing to look forward to? Just me? You don't have to clean for me. I love you just the way you are. Thank you. I need to clean for me though. It's company ready, but don't you dare open a cabinet. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. Putting on earmuffs, not buying one. Oh, let's see. Saturdays have mornings. Yes, they do. And I'm kind of at that age where I've started like I struggle to wake up, during the week to get up on time. But then miraculously on Saturday morning, 7:30, and I'm awake and I am ready to go. I don't know what that's called, but yeah, that happens. So yeah, Saturday mornings, get up, be productive. It was always nice because then I had the rest of the weekend to do whatever I wanted. You need Aussie Ugg boots. I had a pair of Ugg boots. They always stank. My feet sweat. I had a pair in college. I think I eventually literally wore holes in them. You have a random weird question. Of course you do. I've been working on your tent blanket and your yarn is annoying. How do you get the end of your yarn to come from the middle of the yarn roll rather than unwrapping from the outside? Yes. So if you are working in Red Heart, so if you have Red Heart like this, if you look on the label right here, the label tells you which end to pull from the middle and which end to pull from the outside. So this way you pull from the outside, this way you pull from the middle. So you can see this actually usually just has one little strand sticking out there. So you can see there's my outside. Sometimes you have to kind of stick your finger down in there and, dig it out. But yeah, so that's how you know. And then I'm trying to find one that's, yeah, so see like on this big twist, can you see that? It's literally just sticking out. So sometimes it'll tell you. If not, you just have to kind of, like I said, reach your finger down in there. Usually it's only about like that. There's about that much, an inch or so sticking out. And you can just pull it. Sometimes you have to reach down in there and kind of find the end. Now you're pissed. Okay. You have to poke around in the guts of the yarn to find the end. Exactly. Definitely not just you. Post-holiday blahs are a thing. Yeah, most yarns do have a center pull. So I found that on the Red Hearts. They do tell you which end to pull from, which is helpful. And then on other ones, they're getting better. Other brands are getting better about it. So, because when I first started buying this Big Twist, they didn't do that. And I noticed all of the ones that I bought for this project, they all do that. So, not me. D&D night goes into about 2 a.m. and then you're horizontal until noon. Okay, fair enough. I'm a night owl, but I've gotten to where I do better if I stay on a schedule. And so even on the weekends, I might stay up a little bit later than usual, 12:31, but pretty much 11:30, 11:45, I'm drifting off into my own little world of dreams. Crashly. That's like the gas thing on cars, having an arrow pointing to the side of the car where the gas pump is. You just found that out too. Well, Crashly was today years old. Stick your thumbs and gently pull up like you were breaking open an orange and carefully look at that end. Oh, yeah, she goes full on in there. She dissects the yarn to get the end that she wants. I'm really trying not to make it dirty, but it's so easy to do. You're green, you couldn't find the end at all. I ended up balling it because the skein flipping was driving me batty. Yeah. Every once in a while that happens. What did I just do? Let's try that again. Every once in a while that happens where I literally can't find the end. And I really hate it when the end comes out as one big knot. That makes me crazy. I'm like, a machine did this, but still. If I don't find it there, look in the other end. Yep, there you go. Hey, Liz. Sometimes the ends hide too well. Yeah. 3. You don't know what sleep is anymore. I will say I sleep pretty well. Most of the time, knock on wood, knock on my desk. This last year, the sleeping has actually been really good. Now, Sharon got me a diffuser, an oil diffuser for Christmas for my Secret Santa gift. And I literally have used it every single night since I got it in the mail. I have used it. And so it has been used very well, Sharon, I promise. I went on to Pinterest and found a bunch of different diffuser recipes, or diffuser blends, I should say. They're not really recipes, but my favorite one is bergamot and lavender. They call it London Fog. Oh, it's just so peaceful. That's my favorite one. But I did Christmas ones. I did a different one every day leading up to Christmas. So 24 different ones there. And then a lot of times I'll put just Breathe or something like that. If my allergies are acting up like they were a couple weeks ago, I just put something, just eucalyptus, peppermint, that kind of thing in there. 51 is black. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. And so, yeah, I use it every night, but it really does help to have a routine, to build yourself a routine and to stick with it. I don't watch TV in the bedroom anymore. So no YouTube or anything like that, which is why I've been staying a lot awake in Tia's lives, is because I'm not laying down in my bed anymore. I'm sitting on the couch, and so I wait for her live to be over and go to bed. So, yeah, the routine has helped because I used to have, and still every once in a while, we'll have some major anxiety attacks in the middle of the night, which are always fun. You wake up at 3 a.m. and you're just upset about whatever. You don't even know why. It's pretty awesome. And then you're up for 3 hours. Yeah. So that has lessened since I've gotten into a routine. Sue says the end being a knot makes me not happy. Yeah, that's like the worst. Benadryl and melatonin are your best friends. Melatonin is good. I've got melatonin. I don't have to take it very often. I'm on 3 sleeping meds, and you swear your ceiling has 3 colors of white. Oh my goodness. Your ceiling probably does have 3 colors of white, but it's one of those things. You've been sleeping pretty well lately. You've been getting up, but getting up is hard. You've been tardy to work. That's not good. Luckily, I've got a pretty flexible schedule. I'm a salaried, and so I don't have to clock in or clock out. So if I'm 5 minutes late here, it's one of those things where I'll be 5 minutes late today, but I end up staying 15 minutes tomorrow. So it kind of all evens out. And so they're not real picky about it. I try not to take advantage of it, but sometimes you just catch that light, or as the case is lately, no offense to anybody that is a senior citizen, but if you're doing 30 in a 45, you're going too slow. And that's what I've run into the last couple of days, is just like, and there's like 5 of them all there together and you can't get around them. Oh, that makes me crazy. That's like some road rage inducing stuff right there. Y'all know. I know you feel me. Let's see. I'm reading this book called Your Habit, and it's so good. It's like the realistic way to become more organized and set good goals for yourself. I saw that today on the Audible app and thought it looks like a good read. So I know how to do good habits. It's just making myself do it. And, you know, it's nice to live by yourself because I don't answer to anyone. But also, when you're trying to hold yourself accountable, I don't answer to anyone. So there's not a whole lot of motivation sometimes to, you know, wipe the stove off after I've made a meal. When I know I could just do it tomorrow. So yeah. Oh, I did clean out the refrigerator this last weekend too. I gotta make up some. So I haven't been able to find. I use the Lysol lemon in the kitchen. That's been my favorite stuff, like since I lived on my own the first time. And I haven't been able to find it since the beginning of the pandemic. They're always sold out everywhere. Well, I found some of the concentrate at Dollar Tree of all places. So I've got to get some of that mixed up, and then I need to actually spray that and wipe down the shelves and everything in the refrigerator and see if I can, you know, really, really clean it out fully all the way. I did go through, I threw away everything that was close to expiring, that had expired, you know, all of that kind of stuff. I just went through and threw away the lot. Are you ready for this? Expired ketchup in my refrigerator, you guys. Do you know how long it takes for ketchup to expire? Yeah. Uh-huh. It was time. It's pretty bad. Bring liquor tonight. Apparently we're having a party at Tia's. Sharon thinks she needs a diffuser now. I love it. Like, I fill it up all the way, and it literally will stay on. It stays on all night, and then it usually goes off about 4 or 5 o'clock the next day. So I just let it run. It has an auto shut off on that diffuser, and I just let it run. And like I said, I'm trying to do, you know, different blends. I'm finding my favorite ones, but I'm doing different blends. So yeah, I absolutely love it. They had you on Tradnazone, took you off, you were a zombie, traded that one for 2 others. Mayhem says she falls asleep as soon as her head hits the pillow. Hubby laughs at me because I will still be holding my phone. Yeah, so it takes me, I usually will lay in the bed and I'll read, or I can scroll on Pinterest, and that makes me really sleepy. I don't know why. Something about the scrolling. And I usually do that for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then I turn on the podcast, and the Apple Podcast now has a sleep timer. So you can set the sleep timer. And I usually set it for about 30 minutes. And I might hear about 10 or 15 minutes of the podcast, and then I don't catch anything after that. So setting goals is easy. It's the follow through and holding yourself accountable what's hard. Yeah. So what you're telling us is you need a motivation buddy. Yeah, I do. I need a motivation buddy. I need somebody to just be like, hey, you said you were going to do this. Did you do that? So like Kim was supposed to come over on Sunday. Now she ended up not coming because of the weather, and she wasn't feeling great. And so I did a little bit of what I was supposed to get done on Sunday, but I didn't finish the rest of it because, you know, I didn't have my motivation person here being like, hey, what are you supposed to be doing? Stay on task. You've never had ketchup expire. You buy a huge one every month. Yeah. Well, and to be fair, I don't eat as much ketchup as I used to. I only need it for certain things. And I think the last time I bought ketchup was to make meatloaf. you know, and so you use up most of it when you make the meatloaf. Nope, that's wrong. Let's try this again. You think your children drink the ketchup? They might. No, Rob, ketchup is not a drink. It's not. It is technically a condiment. Fries are just a ketchup vehicle. Oh, ranch dressing. Yeah, ranch dressing is another big thing. No problem, Robert. Have a good dinner. I'm going to be heating mine up. So that brings us to the Instapot that we'll talk about. But you have a good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. So I'm going to have you guys go ahead because it's almost that time. Is Sherry going live tonight? Does anybody know? I was like, you'll sue. Why are you going to sue me? Oh, my goodness. And then, yeah. Like, I wasn't being mean or anything. Jeez, Robert. My daughter was little. Everything had to have ketchup on it. Yeah. You missed how I switched colors? It's stupid easy, Ashley. I'm going to have to switch colors again here in a second. So I'll show you when I switch, I think. Yeah, we're gonna have to, I'll have to switch colors after this row, so I'll show you again before the end. Anyway, I guess I could bring you guys down, couldn't I? Is that a little bit better? Okay, so I got an Instapot for Christmas. So put a vegetable emoji in the chat if you also have an Instapot. Emmeline loves to eat it with her spoon, ketchup, ranch, relish, you name it. I'm forever finding the club-sized tub of peanut butter in the... Ooh. Now, I'm not going to lie. Every once in a while, I will just go to the peanut butter and literally just eat it by a spoonful. A couple spoonfuls and I'm good. That's it. Just peanut butter. I like the crunchy peanut butter with the peanuts in it. So Amanda Stokes has one. Halloween has one. Good night. No problem, Rebecca. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. I will talk to you here later. So yeah, okay. So I got an Instapot for Christmas. And I have literally been making all of my meals in it. And it is like the new best thing ever. Not going to lie. So this week I went through, I sat down on Saturday and I figured out what to use my actual pages for in my planner. And I went through and made my menu and then wrote down what I needed for each one. And this is how I do my shopping list. I've always done my shopping list like this. So this week we're having baked potato soup, loaded baked potato soup. Last night I made chicken fajita soup and it is bomb, y'all. It is so good. It's stupid easy, but it's so good. I made veggie soup the other day. I was going to make roast, but they were out of roast at Walmart. I'm like, you didn't know what you were looking for. That's what had happened. So I've got to go get a roast to be able to make roast. And then on Saturday, I have Stitchy Group. So I got some of the little Smokies, some of the Sweet Baby Rays, and some grape jelly. I'm going to make smothered, you guys know what I'm talking about, barbecue Smokies. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Is that a Southern thing? And then for dinner that night, Kim and I are going to have stuffed pepper soup. And then I also got a little mini waffle maker for Christmas. And I went ahead and got myself some waffle mix. So Sunday morning, I'm having waffles for breakfast. For brunch, let's be honest. It's going to be for brunch. Okay, so several of y'all have one. So Elizabeth, honestly, it cooks so much faster than the slow cooker. So basically, I made the first meal that I did in it was a pork loin that was frozen solid. And literally in an hour and a half, it was falling apart. I had to get a spoon to get it out of the pot because it was falling apart. I put it in completely frozen. My soups, which usually take about an hour or so, because you want to let them like simmer and zhuzh and do all the things. My fajita soup last night took 10 minutes. It was amazing. And that was with raw chicken breast. Put everything else in on top, put the lid on, pressure cooked it for 10 minutes, and the chicken breast, I just had to shred it. That was it. It was fantastic. So if you don't have one and you're kind of on the fence about getting one, yeah, for sure, I'm about it. It's my new favorite thing, as I've said. So yeah, so my favorite thing in there so far has probably been the chicken fajita soup. It came out really good. And I don't know if it's because it was a different recipe, like a new recipe that I tried. But yeah, it's all the flavor. It was stupid easy. And like I said, it was ready in 10 minutes. So I think that's been my favorite one that I've done. But I'll let you know. So I am working on that. Sweet Baby Ray's. Okay. So you guys don't know what I'm talking about? Hey, Christy. Danielle knows what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'll be right back. 2 seconds. Okay, so one of my favorite things, and it's like a potluck type of a meal that you do. You can do it for dinner too, but you get these little Hillshire Farm little beef smokies. They're just these little sausages, and you put them in the crock pot. And then the way I know to mix them up is you put in, I use Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, and then you put in a couple of tablespoons of grape jelly. And you put it in the crock pot and you just let it sit for like an hour, basically long enough to cook the little smokies through and get them warmed up. And that gives that barbecue sauce and that grape jelly time to zhuzh together. And it is like the best thing ever. It's a great snack. We use it down here for tailgating, for, potlucks, for, church potlucks, funeral food. Yeah. So I feel bad because when we go on Saturdays, Tammy, the lady that hosts our Saturday stitch along, our stitchy group, always does all of the food on her own. And so Kim and I were talking about it, and we were like, we want to bring something. So I went ahead and got those to bring for our contribution to the meal, because it's stupid easy. So I can get up that morning, throw those in the crock pot, and then take the whole crock pot with me. So, hey, Brian. So, yeah. Yeah, it sounds crazy. Everybody's like, why do you put jelly in there? But it is so good. It's so good. And you can do just the Sweet Baby Ray's on there. But I like it with the jelly because it gives it kind of that sweet, spicy kind of a kick to it. Okay, what day was I on? That was 50. Yeah, that was charcoal. And then we're going to go to 41. Which is also charcoal, so I didn't need to do that. Charcoal, and then black. Okay. I love the snow, but it didn't stick over here. I saw that it stuck at your house, Christy, but it didn't stick over here. Okay, so Crashly, are you still here? I'm going to show you how to change colors. So, and while I'm doing this, you guys, if you will go ahead and put in your, what are they called? Wednesday wins. That's what they're called. Go ahead and put your Wednesday wins in. If you're new, I think there's a couple of you. Check one of my scallops. Which one? Oh, that one right there. I put too many in. It'd be fine. I'm not pulling that out. It's fine. This blanket's for me. I'm not worried about it. No, it didn't stick over here. It melted when it hit the ground, Christy. So yeah, I saw y'all got to like actually make snowmen and stuff. I guess Crash is not here anymore. So for those of you that are still here, the way that you change color is where I snipped this. I'm still on an increasing row. Oh, she's here. Okay, so I'm still on an increasing row. So what I'm going to do is I go ahead and I put my slip knot in the yarn that I'm going to be using. And then I go back in. This is where I tied off. And so I just go back into the top of that stitch right there. I make sure that I pick up both of those loops. I put this on, tighten it up, and do a slip knot. Which means you pull it through, and then I'm going to do my increase just like I was using the same yarn as before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that is how I personally change colors. There's lots of different ways to do it. That's how I do it, and I have never had a blanket come unraveled. So, yeah. So I'm sure everybody does it a little bit differently, but at least with this stitch, that's the way I do it. That's really the way I do it the whole time. I would rather knot it and make sure that it's not going to come out and have to sew those ends in than take the chance of it unraveling later. Because once I put this many hours in something, it better last forever. You know what I mean? All right. So let's go back and read some Wednesday wins. So Halloween's Wednesday win. She got her Haid set up and started. Very nice. Sue Gaines, get hot dogs, cut 1.5-inch pieces, wrap half the slice in bacon, put in the crock pot, and put about 4 handfuls of brown sugar on top. Slow cook low, and sorry, let's try that again. Cook low and stir occasionally. I've had those too. Deanne's Wednesday win is she finished her Starry Night Santa, which means, uh-oh. Nope, there it is. I see it. I see it. She gets a finish. She gets cowbell. Very nice. Congratulations on your finish, Deanne. Pippa says your surgery went well and your gut is starting to behave. Your cholesterol went down too, off a heap of meds. That is awesome, Pippa. I am very happy to hear that and that you were doing so much better. I just set the dog off upstairs doing my cowbell, so oh well. I've listened to that stupid dog all weekend long, and I am real close to filing a complaint on the noise because they leave that poor dog in the crate most of the time, and it wants out because it's a puppy. Sorry. Not Wednesday win eligible, but yeah. The noise echoes down here. It's fantastic. Anywho, let's go back to Wednesday wins. Charlevan says, your Wednesday win, you pulled out your cross-stitching from forever ago, bought thread I didn't have today, and ready to cross-stitch again. That is awesome. Welcome to the dark side. We'll send you a welcome basket after you've put in 100 stitches, so let us know. I have enjoyed just, taking an hour a night and cross stitching. I'm not forcing myself to do it. I'm just trying to get back on a schedule and continue to enjoy the things that I like. 2, 3. Did you just tie off with a regular knot? Yeah, I just did a slip knot. You just pull out, you snip it, and then you just tighten it up. Wednesday wins new piano software and studio microphones. Rob, you are making it big over there, bud. That's like the second or third time you got new software in the last couple of months. That's awesome. How far are you on your album? Have we made any progress on that? Because inquiring minds want to know. I know I think you said you finished a song the last time I asked about it. 3. Yeah, no, it's really easy, Crash. It's a good dish for all occasions. It is, yeah. Oh, try that again. Rob says Santa left a brown envelope stuffed full of cash. Well, all right. Thank you, Santa. Amanda says your Wednesday win is you made dinner in the Instapot. First time in 6 days you've cooked. Hello, depression. Yeah. Yep, I'm feeling you, girl. I am feeling you. Cynthia says her Wednesday win is you finished your second Harry Potter painting and started on your third. Very nice. Brian says, the retreat roundup that your uncle was sick and he passed early on Sunday. I'm so sorry to hear that, Brian. I know that's not an easy thing to have happen, and we are all with you. We are all here if you need to talk. So Crashly says, mine isn't really mine, but I care enough about it to be. Shine got through her surgery and they were able to get the cancer out and she's recovering just fine. That is awesome. It's good news. I'm trying not to sneeze. Give me a second. Ooh. Christy's Wednesday win is she starts her collab this Saturday with brother Jeremy, and you got new coloring books today. You've been busy here lately, Christy. I've seen all your stuff. I've got to get back on an actual filming and posting schedule that's not just lives. I've got a lot of stuff I really need to be doing. And I'm working on it. That's all I can say. I've got a little bit going here, a little bit going there. I'm just going to try not to stress about things. Did anybody ever answer if Sherry was going to be live? I wouldn't want to be rude and go over her time. Rob says it's been started, just holding back whilst getting the studio sorted. Things should be getting much more productive now, especially since I've had some practice with the software. Yeah, buddy. We're getting a new album in 2021. Don't quote me on that. That may not happen. I'm just saying. That is my encouragement of the situation. That's what I would like to have happen. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. That was Sunday, right? 49 is also charcoal. Chrissy says you stay busy since you got your planner. Yep. Planners do help. They really do. 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So I'm going to assume Sherry's going live since nobody answered. And I can see people are leaving. So I want to say thank you all for spending time out of your day with me. This is where we got so far. I've got 3 more days. I'm probably going to go ahead and put those rows in really quick before I put this away for the evening. So this is what we've got so far. So it's going to come out really striped. I think it's going to turn out really cool. I like the chunks that the temperatures are doing. I think it'll be a lot of fun. She's not going live. Okay, so I don't have to stress about it. So we're going to do these other 3 rows together, and then we'll get off for the evening. But yeah, so I guess I don't need to keep doing that spiel then. Thank you, Brian. So yeah, I'm just going to finish these other 3 rows real quick. I know several of you are doing the temperature style. I've been seeing pictures. I have been seeing comments about getting your yarn. I know a couple of you are doing the temperature styles with the cross stitch. Some of them are really cool. I saw one that I really liked. And I'm just trying to balance and find a good balance of, you know, all of my crafts and working on all of them and not letting myself get burned out on one or the other. I have enjoyed the diamond painting that I've been doing, which is the 10th by Mandy Manzano. I started that for Winter with DAC. I didn't get very far on it, but I did enjoy that as I was going along. So I think that for me, I think I'm going to have to rotate the crafts fairly often and be able to, if I really don't feel like working on it, not forcing myself to work on things, because I think that's when I start getting burned out, because I'm just like, I don't want to do this. I have no motivation. I'm not feeling it. So yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense to do it that way. And I don't know, maybe it's just me. I know some people have been diamond painting for 10 years and 5 years, and that is their thing, and that is okay. But I enjoy a lot of different things, and I get bored sometimes, and so I have to rotate. So I've been cross-stitching, I've been crocheting, doing the puzzles. I'm really excited that Lone Star Law, which is on Animal Planet, it follows the Texas Parks and Wildlife. That's been back on, so I have the DVR set to record it. So I've been sitting down once a week and watching that. And then My Guilty Pleasure, which is Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders making the team, is back. I really enjoy that show. I've been watching it for several years. So some of y'all watch Housewives. I watch these really talented women dance their asses off. And then, yeah. I wish I could dance like the worst of them. I'm just saying. Because the worst of them are still like the best of the best. So yeah. So that's what I have been doing this weekend. I have Stitchy Group on Saturday. So we're going to go to that. I'm taking my wieners in their Sweet Baby Rays and their grape jelly with me. And then on Sunday this week, the goal is to get the Christmas stuff down. So I got the outside stuff down because the apartments make me. You only have 7 days after the holiday is over to take your stuff down before they will put a letter on your door saying, hey, you know, yeah. You watched the movie, Tia? Man, that's an obscure one. Most people don't even know there was a movie in the 80s about it. But anyway, so my goal is to get my Christmas stuff down. So my little backdrop over here that you guys saw in my Pippa premiere is still up. I still have stuff on the walls. and my Christmas tree is still up. So all of that stuff needs to come down, get packed away. And then I need to get my January backdrop set up, which is really just more of a winter type backdrop. I don't have a lot of stuff for it. And I think I'm going to try to get, let's see, maybe 2 of the tubs that are in the living room. I'm going to find them a permanent home. So the fabric tub and the retreat tub. Need to find a home so that they're still accessible, but they're not in the middle of my living room floor anymore. And that'll be a big step. So that is the goal for this weekend. So somebody will have to ask me next Wednesday how far I got on that. Okay, so let's see. 53 is going to be black and 61 is black. So we're going to finish off with 2 rows of black here. Okay, Crashly. If Crashly is still here. So that's where I finished. That was my last stitch. I'm literally going to pull up a loop and pull it out. And then, there they are. I'm going to snip it in the middle of the loop. This is the yarn that's attached to my skein. I'm going to pull it out. And then I'm going to tighten that up. That's how I do my ending. Just like that. And then we will finish with 2 blacks, and we're going to be caught up. I'm actually pretty impressed by that, you guys. I didn't think I'd get all that done. I really thought I'd only get a couple rows done. So how are y'all keeping up with things? Anybody? Anybody at all? 4, 5, and 6. Chat got real quiet. You're lucky just to keep up with work, honestly. Yeah, well, true, Amanda, but that's also, you know, part of what you do. I'm telling y'all, this pattern I can do in my sleep. So, but I'm excited to have gotten caught back up. I actually have something caught up. That's amazing. And I know I need to give myself a little slack because honestly, if your craft projects aren't up to date, is it really that big a deal? But then I also remind myself, especially with my SALs, that when I get too far behind, I get discouraged. And that's when I stop working on them, which is kind of what happened with the Linens and Threads 2020, is I started behind, I stayed behind. And so, yeah, I never gave it the time that it needed. So my goal for the 2021 is to literally do it the day that it drops. I'm thinking most of their patterns will probably take a couple of days, maybe up to a week's worth of work. And so that's all I'm going to work on for the first week of the month. And then once I'm caught up, I can do whatever I want and work on whatever I want. So, yeah. So we're going to see how many finishes that I will have by the end of the year. So if you want to guess, we can always come back to this one, to this video. At the end of the year, how many cross-stitch finishes do you think I'll have this year? I think I don't have any more. I don't have more than 30 projects. So anything over 30 is going to be way out of bounds. And I don't think I'll do 30. I think I'll probably get, I'm going to go low and say 5 done. 5 finishes this year for cross stitch. And who knows, there might be a prize that whoever guesses correctly at the end of the year. Not saying there will be, but I might have something up my sleeve. Sue says she bought a DP unicorn for her granddaughter's birthday. Very nice. Is it like a one that you're going to do or one that you're wanting her to do? Like, are you going to teach her how to do it? Danielle says stitching tomorrow. Huh? Temp and now? I'm confused, Danielle. I'm guessing you're going to be stitching the temperatures tomorrow of what the temperature is now, maybe? Is that what I'm getting? Deanne says, I just diamond paint for now. I need to catch up on your temperature blankets. Amanda says, I think my job is adding to the depression. Tons of babies and a lot of COVID cases. Yeah. It can't be really when you're seeing it and you're seeing the numbers and it's in your face all the time. Like, I haven't turned the news on. I honestly, you guys, I can't tell you a damn thing that's happening in the world right now. Not gonna lie. Can't tell you. Don't know who's doing what because it puts me in a real bad place. So if there's like a zombie apocalypse or something from the COVID vaccine, somebody send me a message on Facebook, please, so that I know to batten down the hatches, because otherwise I'm probably not going to find out about it till I go outside and there's zombies everywhere. Just saying. And you know what? Frankly, you guys, that's okay. If that's what it takes for you to be healthy, do it. You don't answer to anybody. Well, I don't answer to anybody. So, yeah. And I'm sure some people would be like, oh my God, you don't know what's happening in the world, blah. And at the same time, I haven't also ever gone on a murderous killing spree. So there's that. Just saying. Okay. Amanda's going to guess 15. Christy's going with 7. Danielle was typing 5. Yeah, I always type slower on the tablet as well. Billy says 13. Billy really believes in me. Amanda does too. Sue says, you're doing the DP. She will be 4 in 2 weeks. Okay. Maybe a little young for diamond painting. Give her another year or so. Y'all are really, really believing in me. Thank you. I don't know if I'll get that many done, but might surprise myself, right? I didn't think I was going to pick up another hobby and then picked up cross stitching last year. So final row, here we go. Samantha says she just started picking 3 symbols from your row on your diamond painting and only doing them for the day so that you can do other crafts or do other things that need to be done in your house. Yeah. It's really easy to sit down and craft for more hours for longer than you think. I know Billy was saying when he was live on Friday, I was in his live, and he was saying that a lot of times he'll sit there and he'll look up and it'll feel like 30 minutes and it's been 3 hours. It's really easy to do that when you're crafting and you're enjoying what you're doing. And I know that a lot of you, like I do, you use your crafting as an escape and as a way to quiet your mind. And so, when you get into that zone and you're feeling good about it and everything is just, nice and calm for once, and it might be the first time that day things are calm, I get it. I totally get it. So yeah, I've been cross stitching. Last night I cross stitched for about 3 hours. Tonight I, put the book on that I've been listening to, the Viscount Who Loves Me, and I set the timer for an hour, and that was my cross stitching time tonight because I knew I was going live. I knew I wanted to be in Rebecca's. I still got to go heat up my dinner. Luckily, I just have to heat it up. It won't take very long. But I still got to have dinner tonight. I still have to shower, and do all of those other things. So when I'm done here, I don't get to go back and, do some more crafting tonight. But tomorrow night, I can go to my Stitchy Zoom and stitch away if I want to. You know what I mean? Okay. You're stitching tomorrow's high temperature in now. Too much to do tomorrow. Fair enough. And they're usually not that far off, to be real honest. So that's probably something that you can do with some pretty good certainty. Deanne says, you don't want to know. I know I probably don't want to know, to be real honest. It just reinforces that you can't fix stupid. And yeah. Without being mean about it, because nobody needs mean right now. Those are my nicer thoughts. Deanne says she's a news junkie too. Amanda says she thinks she's a zombie most days. Yeah, I'm not a news person. I've never really been a news person. Growing up, we had a radio station, our local radio station in town. And I grew up in a fairly, I won't say it was a small town, but it was a medium-sized town. You knew enough people that you couldn't get away with anything. But they had a really cool, Channel 4 is what it was. And you turned it on, and you didn't get you got a picture on the screen, but it was like ads and things posted, and there was a ticker tape, that ran, and all of that kind of stuff. But you were basically listening to the radio station. And so, yes, you were getting news, but that was before the 24-hour news cycle like we have now. And I think that 24-hour news cycle, honestly, is not necessarily a good thing. I really don't think it's a good thing. There's something to be said for getting your news twice a day, or maybe 3 times a day. So Rob had to restart. Kindle was lagging out. You're going to say 30 finishes because I believe in you. Plus, I'll get Dearly Crafted to sneak you coffee on the fly. I don't even know if I have 30 projects, to be real honest. I mean, it's close, but I don't know if it's 30 projects or not. So right now my goal is to catch up on the Stitchonomy and then do the release the day it comes out, and then to get the framework done for Linen and Threads, and to keep up on that and stitch that the first week of the month. Those are the 2 big things I'm looking at right now. And then, of course, keeping up on my temperature blanket. Those are the craft projects that I'm working on right now. But you're getting much faster and better every stitch. This is true. I can definitely, when I was doing when I was filming the Pippa premiere, I did the stash dive. So we went through, we looked at all my cross stitch projects. I opened it. Most of y'all saw this. So, it's not news to you. And I was going through there, and I could really tell which ones that I had started, early last year compared to ones that I was working on late last year. I could see a difference in the stitches. I could see a difference in, how the stitches were laying, just the way that things looked and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's definitely a difference. You're correct. 2 and 3. Oh, good night, Charlavan. Thank you so much for joining us. Charlavan says 8. Deanne says 6. Danielle says, I'm lost in stitching when you start cross stitching. Yeah. It's one of those things, I'm one of those people, I can sometimes watch something and pick it up. But to really understand it, I kind of have to tangle with it for a while, and I have to figure it out on my own in a way, if that makes sense. You can tell me, you can show me, and I get it, but to really understand it and figure out how to make alterations and do those kinds of things, I really have to do it in my head, think it through, experiment with it, really just have actual experience with things. I'm definitely a kinetic learner. which means I learn by doing. That's the way that I learn the best. But that right there, you guys, is our last row. So that is 13 days of January so far. Probably should have left that black attached, but that's all right. So this is where we are at right now. I'm really liking the way this is turning out. I was a little worried, not going into this, I'm not going to lie, about how big the squares would be, whether this was going to look really cool or whether it would just be a blob, you know, but I'm liking the striping, the way it's turning out. Every month will be unique because of the temperatures. And then when we get to the end, if it's not wide enough or it's not long enough, I'm just going to do solid squares to where they'll just be one big solid color to make the blanket as big as I want it to be, basically. So just so you know, that's my plan for the sizes. So I think there needs to be a good news station, just Good Stuff Humanity. Yeah, like my favorite thing is like on YouTube. You can go on YouTube and just watch like puppies and kittens. You know, sometimes you just need puppies and kittens, you guys. You might not have 30 projects right now, but someone is going to have a sale sometime. Rob, you know me a little too well. Don't say anything. I'm going to try not to buy this year. I am trying to literally just do whips. But you guys, this is where we are going to say goodnight. So I'm going to start my spiel all over again. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button before you leave. Let me know that I've done a good job and you've enjoyed this tonight. I want to say thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with me. And you like this pattern better than the single crochet, send that to me pretty please. Tia, this is the corner to corner stitch pattern, and there's tutorials on my channel under the crochet. And if you need help with it, let me know and I'll help you. But yeah, so if you are not subscribed and you enjoyed this, please hit that subscribe button. And if you do hit that subscribe button, don't forget to ring the cowbell because everybody needs more cowbell in their lives. And until I see you guys next time, happy stitching, happy diamond painting. And I have one more question. Hold on. Where did it go? Did they give you a glimpse of the linen and thread, Sal? So we know what the border or what the framework is, Danielle, but it's always a mystery, Sal. So we don't know what we're getting until it actually releases. But if you go look at the Mexican Talavera pottery, especially the ones that are tiles, I kind of have a feeling looking at the framework that each of those tiles is going to be some of the designs from the Talavera pottery. I think it's going to look really cool based on what they've done in the past. I think you're going to be fine. It's going to be amazing. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. I'm glad to hear everybody is doing well. Brian, you know, we love you and we will talk to you soon. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later and have a great evening and the rest of the week. Bye, guys.